Hey, oh, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Why did I look over there? What's up, guys? You're right there, right in front of me. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming on back to the channel. Whether it's your first time, your second time, your last time, I appreciate you being here no matter what. Let's go ahead and listen to some more Joy Division. It's been a long time since we listened to them. We last listened to them with the track Day of the Lords, which is sitting on my playlist currently. Love that song. Really good. So I just figured, look, it's been a while. I want to return to something I've listened to. And this is what it happens to be at this exact moment. So we're going to listen to Candidate from this album. I'm really excited to get back into this one because I've wanted to come back to it. It's just I'm trying to finish some albums before I move on to others. I'm trying to organize my life, and to be honest, it's not going to last. But for now, let's go ahead and listen to Candidate. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Let's do it. It says it's playing. Okay. It's just a fade in. Okay. Thought my internet was fading. I love how roomy that drum production is.
Forced by the pressure, the territory's marred. No longer the pleasure. Oh, I've since lost the heart.
Love that bass.
Corrupted from memory.
Great guitar work around it.
No longer the power. It's creeping up slowly. That last fatal hour. Oh, I don't know what made me. What gave me the right to mess with your value and change wrong to right.
I love that bass.
Please keep your distance. The trail is to here. There's blood on your finger, brought on by fear. I can't pay for nothing. I worked hard for this. I try to get to you. You treat me like this. It's just second nature. It's what we've been shown. We're living by your rules. That's all that we know. I try to get to you. I try to get to you. I try to get to you. Oh, I try to get to you.
Okay, I really want to talk about Canada. Not Canada, Candidate. I really want to talk about this one. Love the song. Let's get that out of the way because I'm going to dive into this one a little bit. The first thing I actually want to talk about when it comes to this track is the production. The production is my favorite thing about this track, about the last track. I like how they're not afraid to leave space and emptiness. The echoes on the drums specifically just reverberates against the walls of an empty room. Can I tell you which style of production this reminds me of? Reminds me of Talk Talk with their later albums, in where they're not afraid to use the absence of sound. They're not afraid to use silence and space within the music. And here, the instruments sound like they're in an empty room, and they're very spread out throughout the room. So they're like one instrument at each wall of a big room. So the drums themselves, they have a lot of reverb, they have a lot of echo in it. Not like an overly amount, but it does sound like it's in an empty room. The bass, which is very heavy, has a little bit of a depressive manner to it, a little bit of a dark side to it, and yet at the same time, the bass is also very bouncy, especially when it comes up in the second half of the verse there. I love all the guitar sound effects and playing that's going on around all the music. Once again, adding to this really eerie atmosphere, adding to the emptiness and the hollowness in the atmosphere going on around here. I just think that that's a really, really great production style. And, like, obviously, the band is great. I love what they're doing. But when it comes to that production, I think that that is at least a good 50%, at least, in what makes this song so effective. That's what makes me, like, really want to hear where the rest of this goes, because I love that empty hollowness to it. It's like a withered soul, and yet there's still soul in it. And then, of course, Ian Curtis. I like his voice. I like the way he's singing here. It's very moody. I don't want to say depressing, but to an extent, I don't want to say self-loathing, because that's not exactly what I mean. But the delivery is somewhat like self-loathing, even though the message itself perhaps may not be. There's only one way we can find out, and that is to read the lyrics here, which I also really like. Forced by the pressure, the territory's marked. No longer the pleasure, oh, I've since lost the heart. Corrupted from memory, no longer the power, it's creeping up slowly, the last fatal hour. Oh, I don't know what made me, or what gave me the right, to mess with your values and change wrong to right. Alright, the song is called Candidate. Makes me think of politics. And without getting into politics, but we gotta talk a little politics, I take this from the perspective of a candidate for some position who started out with good intention, but we all know that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So at some point, either he lost, he feels some sort of betrayal, perhaps he feels like he failed the people, and yet at the same time, I feel like he feels betrayed by the people themselves. Listen to the lines. Forced by the pressure, the territory is marked, and I just think of that as like people. No longer the pleasure, I've since lost the heart. He's lost that initial spark, you know? I would imagine, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine a lot of politicians start with, like I said, those good intentions. But somewhere along the way, things kind of start to happen and they begin to lose their way. Sorry. Oh God, I just started choking randomly. I already know I'm not going to remember to edit that. Corrupted from memory, no longer the power. It's creeping up slowly, the last fatal hour. That makes me think of Caesar. In those last fatal hours, how he was stabbed, he was betrayed. So once again, this candidate is betrayed. Now, this doesn't have to be talking about a candidate. It doesn't literally have to be about politics or a political leader. It could be about a relationship, because it works that way as well. Excuse me. Sorry. And then this last line in that verse, I don't know what made me or what gave me the right to mess with your values, right? Because a candidate is going to fight for the people, or they should be. So in a sense, he's messing with their values. Perhaps he went against their values. To change wrong to right, to, of course, codify things into law, and et cetera, et cetera. Please keep your distance. The trail leads to here. There's blood on your fingers brought on by fear. I feel like the blood on their fingers is, he has bloody hands now. Because he had to, in a sense, metaphorically, he had to bloody his hands to get to where he is, to get to the position that he was reaching for. I campaigned for nothing. I worked hard for this. I tried to get to you. You treat me like this. It's just second nature. It's what we've been shown. We're living by your rules. That's all we know. So like I said, I think that this is, well, you really could take this any way you want. And probably its intended message is completely different. But you could take this at a political level. You can take this as just a relationship level. It works the same way. I campaigned for nothing. I worked hard for this. I put a lot into this relationship and it just ended up nowhere. I failed. It really could be either way. And then the last lines, I tried to get to you. I tried to get to you. Which same thing, could be read one way or another. But one way or another, gotta find you. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this song a lot. Let me know your thoughts on the track. You can let me know down in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. I know I'm starting to slip into a little bit of an accent like this, but you know what? It works. Anyways, hope you all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful one, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Why did I do that?